Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Prince of Pentacles, this is the builder, right? This is some very strong energy that is really focused on progress, right? This is the energy that shows up every day, right? That comes into work every day, right on time, ready to work, right? So I feel like this is really, this is some fixed earth energy. This is a commitment that you have to something. This is something that even without the progress being very obvious or very immediate, there's not always immediate gratification with this card, but this is a card that shows up every day. It's why I show up to work every day at the same time, even though I don't get paid till the end of the week, right? I keep doing it. I know I'm working towards something, and I know it's going to be good for me. I know it's going to be rewarding and fulfilling and satisfying in some way, but not immediately after I do it. You know, it's like going to the gym. It doesn't feel good while you're there, right? I guess for some people it does. But it feels good later when you are stronger, when you have a higher functioning cardiovascular system. You don't get winded going up the stairs or something, right? So we know what that means. We know the significance of our efforts right now. And you're the kind of person that in your life, you show up every day. For other people in your life, you show up every day. You're the good friend. You're the good family member. You're the good, the good sibling, right? I feel like you're probably even the favorite of your kids, in your family, like your brothers and sisters. I feel like you were probably the favorite. Because I feel like you were there to always help out. Maybe you weren't the nicest, maybe you were a little moody, but you were there. When the family needed something, when it was time to chip in or do the chores, like you were there. Maybe you were kind of grumbling under your breath, but I'm here and I'm ready to work, right? So I think this is very, very good for you. This is also a card of agriculture. I'm feeling there's some sort of a connection with you and plants or plant medicine, okay? Let's keep going with this energy. What else is happening with you? Queen of Cups, older female energy coming through. Okay. It could be mom, could be grandma, it could be an ancestor kind of energy, but I'm getting that older female. I guess it could be an older sibling, maybe. But I feel it was somebody that did a lot of like kind of some sort of patchwork. I'm seeing like a quilt, where there's like these different patches and they're all sewn together. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's something that you have or maybe someone in your family has something like that, but I kind of feel there's a connection here with this. So it might be this kind of a symbol of generations, right? A symbol of the tradition in your life, a symbol of an ancestry sort of thing, okay? But this is the Queen of Cups, water on water, right? A lot of emotion here. It could be that there is, maybe this person has already transitioned into spirit. I feel like there wasn't always clear feelings there, right? That it could be a situation where you and this person never really talked about how you felt. That your love, your care for each other was expressed really through actions more than through direct saying, hey, I love you. It's like you showed each other that you loved each other because you showed up for each other, right? So it could be that in your family you never talked about emotions, didn't really express love and affection the way others might. Okay, but I feel like there's really a depth of emotion there. It was a very tight-knit family. Or if this is a sibling, maybe this is a best friend, maybe this is mom, grandma, auntie, whatever. There was a lot of love there, but it wasn't expressed in typical ways. It was mainly through that idea of, I'm going to show up and I'm going to help you. You're moving, I'm going to be there to help you move. You've got to clean out the basement, I'm there to help clean out the basement. Right? But I'm not going to tell you I love you. Right? It's that kind of a dynamic that I'm feeling here. Let's see what else is going on. Hanged Man. Interesting. Hanged Man. I feel like somebody in your family had like a gambling problem or something. Maybe it's kind of gambling and alcohol kind of go hand in hand in some places anyway. I kind of feel that there was something there going on either for you or for this other person who I do feel has transitioned in this spirit. Okay. The Hanged Man underneath everything could be this moment of reflection for you. Okay? It could be really a changing of perspective. And maybe we kind of felt at the time with this person that they never really told us they loved us, right? They never expressed that sort of affection for us or that sort of care or concern. Maybe this is the perspective that we're getting and we're kind of looking at it like, maybe they did, but maybe it just wasn't in the ways that I was expecting. You know, it's that family member that never says they love you, but they show up every day when you need help, or they're helping you with your homework, or when you move, they're the one bringing the truck over, So I feel like it was not really it wasn't a stereotype, it wasn't a typical kind of thing as far as the emotional life between you and that person. Okay, well, I think is maybe mom or grandma, right? I feel as if they had kind of that big C, right? I feel like they maybe passed from cancer, okay? And I feel like there wasn't a lot you could do for them. It's almost like we still didn't have that. I still didn't just kind of say, hey, I love you. I feel like they know that you love them because of how you showed up for them. Okay? Because how you were there. It may not have been something that we put into words or like a lot of hugs and kisses, but it's through your actions, it's through your efforts, it's through your being a really kind of solid person that they know what was going on. They know how much you felt for them and how you cared for them and how much you love them. Okay? I feel like you're worried that you never really told them outright, like had that kind of deep heart-to-heart about things. They know. Okay? And because they saw that you would, like maybe you were the one that came over and mowed their lawn or something every week or whatever. And it was just kind of, it's through those consistent efforts of yours that they know that we didn't need the words. Right? It didn't have to be that kind of the normal thing. Like there was something very solid there. But I feel like there was some sort of worry in you, maybe that you never had that heart to heart, or that you wish you maybe would have seen something a little bit different. Now we could be looking at this a little bit skew wise, as I say, because it really could be that that you are the one who wants that emotional conversation. I want the love and affection. I want to have the hugs and kisses. But they maybe were the ones that were not really communicating that in typical ways. But they showed you that they loved you by how they were there every day. How they helped you with the homework, or, they instilled in you a kind of discipline or a kind of tenacity, or a work ethic or something by making you mow the lawn every week, right? That sort of thing. It's through their it's through their stability that really demonstrated to you that they care about you, Okay, I think it works both ways. I think some of that really did rub off on you. I'm also getting the symbol of an anchor, and it kind of goes with the Hanged Man. I don't know if that is because it kind of looks like one, right? And so I feel that's that's a prominent thing. I don't know if this person maybe was in Coast Guard or Marines or something like that when they were younger, or if they were some sort of a boating enthusiast, or maybe had some kind of nautical theme, something somewhere, right? Or a tattoo. Ace of Cups in the background position. There is a lot of love there. See the Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, there's a lot of love there. And even the Hanged Man, very water. And all that water is kind of, it's a little bit awkward for the Prince of Pentacles. Prince of Pentacles, it just says, hey, out here I'm mowing your lawn again. Or I'm here, I'm showing up every day. I'm helping you with what you need help with. I'm there, doing the chores for you. Maybe this was somebody when they were sick, you were there at their house, cleaning up their house for them every week, or, cooking the meals, doing things like that. And then you'd go off and do your things, what you had to do. And it was, but you were there, and I think you were there like every day, right? The Ace of Cups, there was really a special bond between you and that person. And I don't know if that was through that kind of quilting thing or the knitting. I don't know if that's just a symbol or if that is something that you actually would do with them, because those patches feel like very significant memories in your life almost, right? It's kind of like you have a lot of these very specific images. It would be like the big patch on the quilt. It was that day when I was a little kid when I fell off my bike. It was that day, when I, broke my arm and they took me to the hospital or something. Or, that's that one holiday where, they let me help cook and we were doing all that whole, whatever it is. All these very core memories, right, on this big patchwork kind of mosaic almost. So I feel like the Ace of Cups is a lot of those kinds of memories for you. I feel like you've started tapping into your emotions more. I feel like you've been writing more poetry or something, or there was a time in your life where maybe after this person passed, because I kind of feel that they've been gone a while, right? They transitioned a while ago. And since then, I think you started getting in touch more with your emotions. I feel like through music or poetry or some kind of art that you started doing, almost as an homage to them, but as a way to really tap into that more sensitive side of yourself. Yeah. Very, very warm energy I feel today. And there's the Three of Wands. I feel like this person, whoever they really taught you that work ethic, right? This is that kind of, this is the virtue, I think, that we are, that you hold very dear to you. I feel like this is you knowing right from wrong. And this is you knowing that when you're making the right decisions, you know it. Your will is going in this direction. Your heart and your mind are there too, and it's you're doing the right thing. Just as you know when you're doing the wrong thing, right? When we feel that there's something wrong with one of these three, either my mind is telling me don't do it, or my heart is telling me don't do it. You really have that kind of higher discernment. It's almost a really loud conscience in you, I think. And I feel like this was instilled by this family member, and they may have even been quite strict, in a certain sense, that they were almost very stoic, but they had this depth of feeling about them that came through in the things that they would do and the way they would show up, for you, and you would show up for them, because you may have found that you were quite stoic too, and not being visibly moved by things to that emotional degree. And I feel like that's why you started doing like the poetry, the music, and the art and stuff, was to kind of to tap into that creative source, to tap into that emotional energy. Yeah. Let's see what's in the future position here. Three of Swords. Well, see, this is the Three of Wands. This is you. When you're doing right, you know you're doing right. Three of Swords, when you're doing wrong, you know you're doing wrong. Okay, so that confirms what I said there. I think this is also now, it must be maybe that time of the year, it's kind of an anniversary or birthday or something, where this person's on your mind a lot more. Okay? And there was something, well, it might be the tattoo, but there was something interesting about the way they looked. And I don't know if they had a particular way of dressing, if they had some kind of, like, I don't know if they like wore funky clothes or something, but there's something about the way they dressed that was very unique. Okay? Something that maybe when you were little was kind of embarrassing, but now it's a very fond memory, right? So I think with the Three of Swords, it really is about the memory. This card is about us, about our human ability to recall situations. I think all those core memories, all that patchwork on that big quilt, I think you're recalling all of those things lately. You know, that time with the bicycle. Oh, that time they took me to school and I was embarrassed because of the way their clothes were or whatever. Or the time that, I hurt myself, I had to go to the hospital, or that time we were in the kitchen cooking and those sorts of things. The time we went to the lake and the car broke down or whatever. I think you've been going through a lot more of that box of photographs, photo album even. I think more than the box of photos. I think things are organized in that way. And that's kind of the Three of Swords. I think we're missing that person more lately. Yeah, because I think it's an anniversary or a birthday or something. But let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and it's going to go right here. I am getting kind of an M sound coming through. I don't know if that is just for mom or something, but I feel like that might be a first name, something like that. I also feel that you've been dreaming of a white owl more, right? Specifically a white bird. It kind of seems like big eyes, seems like an owl. I don't know if that's something they had in their house or if they were an owl person. But sometimes that symbol appears to you, and I think it's sort of this. It's sort of a symbol of that pure spirit coming to you, and just making that connection. And letting you know, hey, I'm here, And I feel like, the wise owl, right? I feel like this person was teaching you a lot of things throughout your life. And maybe you had that kind of strict way about them, but they were trying to instill in you the values that they thought were important. And I think that you now recognize that, yeah, they are. Yeah. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's free. It helps out the channel. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see what the general energy is today. We've got a Six of Wands. That's lovely. I feel that the Six of Wands is it's the recognition, it's you knowing yourself. This is your acknowledgement of your ability to succeed in life. I feel like this person, whoever they were, it could be an older sibling, mom, grandma, whatever. I feel like they really taught you how to meet challenges, how to deal with difficulty, how to not shy away from the really hard work, right? They kind of, through their own way, through those moments, those memories of them, maybe their strictness, maybe that kind of stoicness, they taught you how to be self-reliant. They taught you how to be tenacious. They taught you how to really face your challenges head on. They kind of, in a way, they tried to show you, it feels like kind of a mentorship almost. It doesn't feel like a direct parent. It feels more like a grandparent or like an aunt, that kind of, but not like a direct day-to-day parent kind of thing, right? They showed you in those kinds of ways, through those moments, what you're really made of and what you are capable of, what you really can achieve, right? If you try, if you work hard, if you know yourself and you have a confidence in yourself. I don't think you were always a confident person. I think there was a time where you struggled with that a little bit. But I feel now there's really this, and I feel like this kind of is a cycle. Like this time of year, every year, we kind of go through this, just this almost a nostalgia. We get the photo album out and we remember this person and we honor this person. And maybe you cook the meal that you remember cooking with them. And it's just a way for you to kind of commune with them, right? And I think it's something that we do very often to keep that spirit close to us. Yeah, I like that very, very much. Let's see what else is going on here. They weren't really a cat person, though, were they? I feel like they had sort of an aversion to cats. I feel like they had a dog, but the dog was outside. But they didn't. I don't think they wanted the animals in the house. Is kind of the impression that I'm getting. High priestess in the environment. This feels like the ritual. This feels like this is you kind of going through this, maybe it's a yearly cycle, or maybe it's every, I don't know, whatever it is. It could be twice a year, whatever. Going through this, periodic kind of ritual, this ceremony of going through the photos and cooking the meal and thinking about all those memories and really kind of having a chat with that person. And they're with you. They're there with you. Okay? And I feel that you're able to communicate with them, not through words and gestures like we do now, but maybe in those subtle ways, similar to how you kind of did back in the day, just by being there, by showing up, by doing the work. The high priestess to me is the widening of the spiritual aperture, of the psychic lens, right? It's the third eye kind of opening in the process of opening. It's the waxing moon rather than the waning moon or the closing of the eye. And so I feel like it's this kind of year, this time of year, where you really start to focus on what's behind the veil, right? So I think generally in your life, you experience more connection with the so-called other side than you do at other times of the year, okay? I feel like you're very much able to communicate with spirits. I feel like you've kind of developed that in yourself. I don't know that this is something you really experienced as a child. Maybe it was. There's sort of this idea that there's something special about you. There's something special about Grandma too. But I don't know if the two of you ever really talked about it. Okay, she might have been a bit of a medium or a psychic herself, but I don't feel like it was something that was ever really expressed. It might have just been something that like she showed you how to do something, but never really explained anything. It's just kind of, here, do this, and then you kind of had to figure it out yourself. Maybe years later, you realize what that was you were doing, right? Something like that. Because I do feel kind of a mentorship, almost a psychic or spiritual mentor, maybe helping you to develop your own kind of psychic abilities, to uncover those psychic abilities without really calling them that, and bringing it down to the intellectual level. Yeah. Let's keep going. It's very interesting reading. Also, I feel that you've been having some kind of issues with your digestion. And Spirit's saying to cut back on the sugar a little bit. Now, this isn't a medical reading. I'm not a medical doctor. Anytime these things come through, I have to say that. Otherwise, I don't think YouTube's going to want you to see the video. I feel like some of the digestive stuff is just because there's been too much sugar lately. Okay, so keep an eye on that. I don't know if you're a diabetic. I don't think that you are, but maybe look at that. Okay, just as a general precaution, it's a good idea for all of us to just keep an eye on that sort of thing, right? Especially the older we get. Let's see what else is going on here. Knight of Cups. That's the expression of love and affection, right? This is the card that's all about how we express love and affection with the people around us. See, this is fire and water. This is us just kind of taking our heart and giving it to somebody. Look, this is how I feel. This is what I want to say. And this is in the position of the obstacle or the difficulty. So I feel that the difficulty really with you and this person has been communicating love and affection in kind of a very straightforward way. I think it's been in kind of an unconventional way, let's say. Okay. Also, Capricorn, I should point out that this is the Cancer energy, which is your opposite sign, which we've been getting this in almost every reading for Capricorn, this idea of your opposite sign, okay? So the Cancer energy is very important for you. It could be that this mom or grandma energy is a Cancer sign. Maybe they were a solar Cancer. And that would kind of explain the kind of birthday energy that I was feeling, okay? Maybe. But I think that this is something that you're learning. You're learning all the different ways that we as human beings, and you and this person specifically, express love, right? Love is not just the very obvious things. Love is not just saying, I love you. Love is not just a hug or a kiss, you know. Love is in the things you do. Love is in your behaviors, and that's the Prince of Pentacles, the builder, showing up every day. Right? Being consistent in how you how you treat other people. It doesn't mean we have to be all mushy and you know, lovey-dovey or whatever, but just by showing up every day and being consistent, you know, is really a very strong way of communicating love. Okay? Of demonstrating love, let's say. Yeah. And so I think that you've been on that path more and more in your life over the years. I think it's just been growing and growing and growing. Two of Swords coming up next. There is definitely this sense of asking this person for advice. Okay, and I really do think that now with the widening psychic aperture, the opening of the eye, the peeking beyond the veil, I think that you're able to have kind of that dialogue with them in a way where you're kind of, you know, you're asking for guidance. Yeah. The High Priestess is bringing those messages in from this person, from the so-called other side, right? And the Two of Swords, I think, is you asking the question, you know? I'm reminded of the Percival and the Grail quest with Percival. And Percival is only able to fulfill his quest and heal the king and heal the wasteland and bring abundance and love back to the world by asking the right question. Yeah. And it turns out in that cycle, it's about demonstrating compassion. The question is, why are you hurt? What happened? You know, tell me about your pain because I care about you, right? So the Two of Swords, I think in your case is, what is the question that you never asked this mother or grandmother figure? Yeah. What is the question that you never asked them? That you really want to, that you need an answer on, right? And maybe it's a question about them that kind of shows that compassion that you have, that love that you have for them. Or maybe the other way around. What is the question that they never asked you? Maybe that Two of Swords is saying they're asking. They're asking now. It's never too late, right? So consider all of this. And let's look at the mystery card. Maybe some Capricorn energy here. I feel like it's going to be more water energy. Because I feel like this is really is about that. Okay. Let's see. Maybe a Six of Cups. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Six of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Well, it's an Eight of Pentacles. This is you, again, showing up every day. This is part of that builder energy, right? This is also kind of about the routine. It's about our ability to to be consistent, to show up every day, to go through the motions and do what we need to do, knowing that there will be a reward, paycheck at the end of the week, right? And so I feel that this person really taught you the value of hard work, really instilled in you that work ethic. Instilled in you the idea that we work for work's sake. We don't worry about the fruits of our labor, right? We enjoy them later, or we give them up to God as a kind of a karma yoga, right? But while we're working, we work. While we do this, we do this. That you're not mowing the lawn thinking of, God, I can't wait at the restaurant later, or I'm going to go meet my friend, and what am I going to do, and that, and all this stuff. No, you're mowing the lawn. You think about the lawn. You think about what you're doing. And you go deeper and deeper and deeper into that experience of mowing the dang lawn, right? And so I feel that this person really, they were a bit of a magician, a bit of a mystic, or a psychic, or a medium, or something like that. They were onto something that I think made them very special to you, and made your relationship with them very, very unique. And I can't help but think of like Carlos Castaneda and Don Juan, right? If you're familiar with that mythology. But it feels that that's sort of what this is for you. Okay, and to me it feels really special. And I really feel the love here, and I want to thank you for letting me have a little peek into that relationship with you today, all right? We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for you every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from, especially if this is your first time here. Welcome. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.